Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Two Drinks Lot. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing quite well. Of course, it's also like, it's like 24 degrees outside. Ugh. Don't like that. Not happy. Oh. Oh. Goodness gracious. Hello. It's cold. Gonna head back to the worky jerky. You gotta do the thing that makes the bucks to buy the things so that you can continue to do the thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got into a existential conversation. Sorry, existential conversation with an AI. The concept, okay, really, it's a rabbit hole of things. I watched a TikTok about a little girl who was saying like how much she hated AI generated like text to image stuff. And it's like being an artist, I also kind of understand. I mean, I understand it on several levels. The idea of being able to take what's in your head and try to put it on paper. Thing is like we've been trying to do that that's what artists do. They put in what's in their head onto paper. But if we make that ability easier to do, we get new tools that make it easier to draw a circle. Like, just draw me a circle. Make the circle blue. Make the circle convex. Give it a little bit of shadow and light. Make the circle look like water. Make it look like scales. Make the scales smaller. Make the scales bigger. Like, if we could do that with words and thought. But I think, like I said, with a lot of complaints about the AI generation is that it goes out and it picks out from tons of other pictures. Like, it uses other people's art as well to generate this stuff. It doesn't just take just like one image. It goes through so many different images, pictures, and it attempts to do its own thing, but based off of everybody else's stuff. And then you have to get down to the point of like concept of like copyright. It's like, and also it is a bit frustrating as an artist to have somebody who can't even draw a stick figure type in, something and get exactly what they're looking for, or at least something close to what they're looking for. Also, especially when you have to do with the concept of saying like somebody pays you a certain amount of money to draw something for them, and then they keep coming back saying, this is not what I want, this is not what I want. They give you more information, you get more, you keep doing it until they are satisfied. Well, when it's them doing it, it's easier for them to be satisfied because their outcome is their own creation, So they're sitting there going, oh, this is fine. And as an artist, you're like, no, that is not fine. You didn't tell me. He was like, you told me that was not okay. But if a fucking AI does it, you're fine with it. You know what I mean? And I get it. And it's a lot of work in arts. I think the integrity of the arts have been bashed for so long. But if you make it easy, not just easy, but you give people the upper hand of having this everybody else's styles and abilities, or at least their outcomes, without the work that it took you to get that far. Kind of pisses you off, and I totally understand that. That's something that that's happened for a very long period of time. I don't think that it's the same thing as the ball pen and the inkwell kind of thing. I don't. To a certain extent, I think it is. It's tools, but also it's not. It's something much greater. I think on a basic level, it's just a better tool. Like when they try to tell you, like, you can try to like when they're working on like recording dreams. Oh, and then I started talking about that, and then a friend of mine was saying, like, they just deleted their ex account, and I was just like, it was Twitter before, it'll be something else after. You already have an account. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't, it's not, but anyway. So I get on X and I'm thinking to myself, do I want to keep it too, or do I want to like do something? I mean, like, I don't want to be like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna follow the sheep and delete everything because I've been deleting stuff. I created a Sky Blue account for some reason. It's not. It's fine. It's just another social media thing, and I'm just like, I barely use it, and I barely use X, but there's still some people that I know that are on X. I'm not really sure why, but and then there was the option to talk to Grok, which is their AI thing. Same thing as like Copilot, Windows Copilot, and then a couple other things. And I've actually had sit-down conversations with Copilot, which it's weird because it asks you like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, "Fine, I'll just talk to you like you're your own person." And you'll type something, and they're like, "Yeah, no, I totally get that. Hey, you mentioned this." And it doesn't try to sell you on anything, but it does kind of try to respond back, and it gets pretty good as a response tool. I just like sat there and I've had a small little conversation with Grok for a little bit about existence and all that fun stuff, and it got real deep, and it was like, overwhelming stuff of, like when you really sit down and try to figure out the meanings of existence. Anyway, and I kind of felt bad for like, hey, I gotta go to work. I really like to flesh out this because the AI brought up like, other scientists and philosophers and their specific things, which is something that I might be interested in looking up more info on. But it's still a tool, and it's also giving me more information. And it's like, to everybody else who previously had to go through this stuff, it feels like a cheat because it's mentioning things that you should look up. It's giving you ideas where somebody else just had to sit there, not having access to any books, or it maybe like books if they had to travel to a library to get the books, or to be able to go to school. Come on, just go. Fuck's sake, Yaris. Yeah, but we have a lot more I think there's a disconnect in intellectual property and into just the concept of how we do things. Whenever something becomes easier or more available to us to do, to make and produce stuff, there's a slight not a cognitive dissonance, but more of it's like a frustration at the amount of work that went into doing something, whereas now it's easier. Thus the AI art thing. But and also there's music and other stuff that it can create, which I've heard some of the music it creates. It's not, or the stories that it creates. It's like, okay, but if like fleshed out and rewritten and gone over by a human, it might actually be an interesting story. I also had a weird dream, but I'll go over that. Sorry, to wrap it up. It's like 10 minutes in. Do you guys even listen to me ramble? I don't even know. Today's drink of choice at about 10 minutes and 30 seconds in is a Hawaiian drink, Aloha made passion fruit juice drink. Passion fruit and orange juice from concentrate. Let's see if I can get to the instruction. You get it 130 calories. You can get through this intersection. I'm sorry. I keep yawning for you guys. But they got 10 milligrams sodium. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. RX 350. Ooh, they backed into something. Big old dent. And 34 grams of carbs, or 33 from sugars. I'll change your signs after Valentine's Day. It's like ask about our Valentine's deliveries, and it's like the 20th? Something like that. I mean, not bad. It's just very bland. I mean, it's not powerful. You know, it's not like, but it's kind of chill. Really, very, very light. Not carbonated, by the way, just in case you're curious. But it has I don't know, it's got a nice flavor to it. Yeah. It's not an overwhelming flavor. It's very watery, very, very light, but, and not overly sweet. I like that. I like that it's just chill, you know? Yeah. Passion fruit and orange juice. Water, sugar, passion fruit and orange juice. Just from concentrate. A little citric acid, ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Yeah. Wait, how long? Shake gently before opening. Okay, I didn't do that. Because of the juice. Because of the juice. Juice. But it's nice. It's like a orange juice, passion fruit juice, water, a little sugar. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. Whoa. Sorry, cold shiver. It's like it says 26 degrees outside. I'm just gonna stay here. It's exhausting. I'm tired and sleepy. Go back to bed. Not true. I don't want to go back to bed. I don't feel that sleepy. I could though. I could go back to sleep. Had a weird dream last night. I'm not really sure the context or the full content of the dream, like when it started. But I do remember when it ended. Because it ended on a proposition, which is really weird. It was a comic roast battle, futuristic, in space, on or near an ice planet. And it was outside the venue, or we were me and this chick were being chased by other angry comedians, dressed like extras from a post-apocalyptic like a Mad Max movie. But it was like we're on a space station over an ice planet or something. And it was it's a scaling. It's kind of a skating and ice park planet. And the proposition I was talking about was that like it wasn't me and another chick. It was like I like watching the movie in a way, but also I was the guy, but I wasn't. It's kind of like being when you put yourself in the position of those characters. Anyway, and the guy was just like, so, do you want to maybe do some ice activities? Because it's like so much to do with ice on the planet. And she, of course, she turns and she smiles and she's like, I was thinking of maybe some activities that didn't have to do with ice. And because it's fucking cold. I mean, they'd been down to the planet. They finally got to the starbase or whatever. They were getting back to their hotel or something. I don't know what it was. But basically, it's let's go to bed. Is what it was. It's like, you know what? Let's do activities that don't require ice. And the shit we've been through. And it was just like, it was such a kind of a sexy moment, but also kind of like, you know, with everything, the feeling of everything that went along with it. You know, it was just like, we've been through a lot of shit. And you know what? Let's do something that doesn't have to do with that. Hey. And then I woke up to that. And there was this feeling of like, yeah, go him. You know? Alright. Anyway, that being silly. Also did my taxes. Had to pay in this year. Never done that before, but I was doing I used the max, the tax credit that I, for medical stuff last year. But I kept a really low profile amount, like when it comes to my medical. So I used the credit basically just to not have to pay anything last year towards my insurance besides what I already pay on regulars. This year, however, I picked a top tier plan, and I'm paying for that and using the max credit. So I'll probably owe next year too. So put some money back, but I have money. It wasn't a lot. It was like, yeah, something you normally make like 2 payments of, kind of thing. So anyway, plus in paying for TurboTax, which, yeah. Anyway, I say aloha. I say this is Aloha or whatever. That's really good. It's very chill. I liked it. We're looking at, I'd say a 3 and a 6. Definitely decent. I would try it out. Maybe even good for mornings for the kids. Pour a little bit in each glass, And here, there you go. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well as always. I'm Sir Drinks a Lot, and I'm wishing you health, wealth, and love with enough time and gusto to enjoy it all down to the last drop. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Not that turned off the video.